Hi everyone. So today we will going to talk about the conditional statement in TypeScript. Though this conditional statement is always present in every programming language, just the way it is structured or designed. Okay, so let's understand first what we have learned so far before deep diving into the conditional statement. So we understand that how we can install the TypeScript and Visual Studio and how we write our first program. We understand about the comments, operators, many things. So if you haven't watched those, just go to my channel and in the playlist you will find the TypeScript and there you can identify those videos and you can watch it there and you can learn. Now let's talk about the conditional statement. So in TypeScript, conditional statements are used to execute different block of code based on conditions. The script uses the same conditional syntax as JavaScript, but with type safety. So JavaScript don't have the type safety, but TypeScript having the type safety, which helps catch error at compile time. And there are two types of statement. One is your conditional decision making statement and other is looping statement. So today we will going to talk about the conditional or decision making statement. Looping statement we will going to cover in next part. So let's talk about that how many conditions we have. So we will going to talk about the if condition, then we will going to cover the if else condition, and we will going to cover the if else if condition when we have the multiple conditions, so that we can execute with if else if statement. Then we if we have one condition and you have to verify that again multiple cases, so that we can use with switch statement. And then we will going to talk about the ternary operator. Okay, so all those we are going to cover in today's session. So let's open our Visual Studio and first create a file. File name is condition.ts. Always write .ts if you are writing your code in TypeScript. So here we will going to write our first code. So what is our first condition statement is if condition. Okay, so we will going to talk about the if condition first. So when we are using the if condition, let's understand this some of the example. So if condition we are using when we have only one condition and that condition is true. So that time your block of statement code will going to execute. If your condition is false, then it will skip. So let's understand this with, for example, let age. Okay, age is type number and you can provide any value to here. Now give a condition like if your age is what? Age is greater than or equal to 18. If you are saying this, so what needs to print? You have to print console dot log and you can print here that person is eligible for vote. Okay, so you can print this. When you can print this, that you have a one condition. Okay, your condition should be one condition if, and we are providing that condition in if block of statement. So age is greater than or equal to 18, so it print this. Else if your condition is false, so do not print it, just escape. So let's run this program. Condition.ts file we have to run. So see why we haven't get any response here. The reason is that this condition become false. Now why it's become false is that we the age value we defined here is 10. And what is your condition is? Your condition is saying that if age value is greater than or equal to 18, then only go inside the if condition statement, else it will skip that. Now let's increase the value of it. Let's say we increase the value is 30. Now rerun it. See, it gives you a result that person is eligible for vote. So this is your if statement. Now let's talk about the if else statement. Okay. So if else statement is execute when you have multiple conditions. Okay. Multiple conditions in the sense like if you have one condition is true and one condition is false. So that time you can use the if else statement, like execute one block if condition is true, otherwise another block. Okay. So same example we will going to understand. Okay. So let's copy this. Let's paste it here and just comment this. Okay. So let me drag it down below. So here we already have one condition where we are saying that if age is equal to or greater than or equal to 18, then print this else. Else what needs to print? Person is not eligible for vote. You can print this. So now let's rerun this program with the same value which we give earlier. So now this time what output you will going to get, just let's have a look on this. So it will be more clear for you. Okay, so person is not eligible for vote. So you get the response as person is not eligible for vote. Okay, so moving forward, what is our next? Next is we covered the if statement, then we covered the if else statement. Now we will going to cover the if else if statement. So this statement we use for against the multiple conditions. Okay, so else, if else. Okay, so how you can use this condition? Okay, so let's understand with some marks value. Okay, let marks, and this is your number which you can declare as 90. Now define a condition with if a statement that if your marks is greater than equal to 80, so what you have to do, you have to print the value. What value? Let me copy from here. Okay, so it means that if mm, okay, now what actually the if and meaning of this, if any student get marks 90, so give them a grade A. Okay, else if marks greater than equal to 70, so give them what? Grade B. And then else grade C. Okay, understood. It means that if any student getting the marks having the 90, so you have to give them as grade A. If the marks is greater than equal to 70, you have to give as grade B. Else you have to give the grade C. So like that, you can declare or define multiple conditions and you can verify that. So let's run this. So grade A. Why grade A? Because the marks is 90. Now let's suppose that decrease the marks with the 71. And let's see what output you are getting. So grade B. So in this way, you can use or you can verify the multiple conditions. So for multiple conditions, you can use the if else if statement. Then we have a switch statement. So basically when you have a one value and you want to verify against a multiple cases, so that you can use for to verify that condition, you can use the switch statement. How this statement works? So let's suppose let's declare as number third. You can declare this. Okay. Now, write the write the code for switch. So this is your switch, and this is switch block. So what you have to do, you have to give the value which you want to verify against multiple cases. So this is your day value. Okay. Now you have to define your case one. What is your case one? So your case one will be console.log. Then you can provide as Monday. Then break. Break. Then same way you can use for other condition, then that your condition will be 2. So your Tuesday. Then 3. This will be your Wednesday. And then block of code will be break. Okay. So here we can write for all 7 days of the 7 days, but I'm writing right now 3 conditions here. Then last we have a default condition. If none of them is matching, then you have a default condition. What your default condition will be? It will be going to print the message, default message. If none of the condition matching, then it will say ki no condition match found. Okay. So this is the way you can work with switch statement. So here you define a day's value as 3 and you are verifying that one single value against multiple cases. So if value is 3, it will going to print Wednesday. If value is 2, it will going to print as Tuesday. If value is 4, then it will going to print this no condition match. Okay, match found. Now let's run this. Okay, so Wednesday, you get the responses Wednesday. Now let's move S2, then rerun it. It gives you as Tuesday. Now let's provide as 4 because 4 is not here. We are not verifying anything with number 4. So you will get the default value. And what will be your default value? Default value will be no condition match found. So this is the way you can use your switch statement where you can verify the one value against multiple cases. Now you have a ternary operator. So ternary operator, how you can use it? So ternary operator is used when you want to use instead of if else statement. Okay. So how your ternary operator will work? Let's understand this with some of the example. So let's say you have a age. You have a age and you're providing the age as, for example, 22. So what happened here? So the condition will execute and based on that condition, it will give you some result. So that result value we are storing in some variable and then we are printing that. So how it will going to give you a result like see. So your condition is age is 20 and it is saying that if age is greater than equal to 18, it should print adult, else it will give you minor. Okay, so let's print this. So this is similar to your if else statement. Let's rerun it. Just a minute, let me comment all this. Then save it and then rerun it. Adult. So it's give you as adult. Let me clear first. Okay. It gives you as adult. Why? Because number age is 22, which is greater than 18. So it gives you adult. If you say your age is 10, then what will be the output, the output should be minor. See, minor. So in this way, this is another way to write your program. Instead of if else statement, you can write in using of the ternary operator. Then you have a logical condition also. In logical conditions, you can compare the two variables value, whether a is greater than equal to, and or you can use that. So all these you have to practice a lot.